Hello everyone, welcome to my tutorial on object-oriented programming in Java. Today's tutorial I'm going to talk about the object assignment. We already know how to create an object, and we know that there are two phases in it. First one is the creation of the reference, and then we are using the keyword new to create the object. So that means if we look into this, let's say we have a class called student, and then student has student name. Now when I'm going to create a new instance of it or new object of it, I'm going to write that student s1 equals new student, and then I'm going to assign a value to it. So that means the first one is creating just the reference. At this point I haven't created any object, and in here I have created one object, and this is initialized as student name equals null. So now if I say s1 dot student name equals, let's say, ABC, that means my S1 is referencing to this student with the student name as ABC. Okay. Now we know that we can write as many references as we want. So let's create another instance. S2 equals new student. Okay, so at this point we have created this new reference, and this reference is not pointing to any object yet. Now if we say s2 equals s1, and you know this is called an assignment operator, right? Assignment. So in case of primitive data types, the assignment operators work in a different way, and in case of objects, the assignment operator works in a different way. So what is that? So when I'm saying s2 equals s1, so it means I am assigning the reference s1 to s2. Okay, so now what is happening is they are different references, but they are referencing to the same object. That we need to remember. Like in case of this one, we have student s1, this is one reference and this is another reference, and whenever I'm saying s2 equals s1, that means they are referencing to the same object. Okay, so now if I change the value s2 dot student name equals, let's say, x, y, z, so what is happening? Because s1 and s2 both are referencing to the same object, so this will be gone, and the student object will be having this name, student name. So now if I am going to print dot out dot println and s1 dot student name, this will be printing x, y, z. Okay, although it had the value of ABC before. So in that case we have to be very careful when we are assigning the object references. So for the primitive type, if we say x equals 5, y equals x, so the y is having the value of y equals 5. And then when I'm saying x equals 7, and if I'm going to print the value of x, this will always print 7. Okay, but the object reference is something working different than the primitive data type that we need to think about. And there is another way that we can check it, and let's say so we are saying student s1 equals new student s1 dot and then we are saying s2 equals s1. So now if I'm going to compare this, and we know that there is a comparison operator is this one, okay? So if I'm saying if s1 equals s2, print true, else print false. So this will always becoming true, because effectively s1 and s2 are referencing to the same object. So s1 is referencing to the same, and when I'm saying s2, it's referencing to the same object. But if I say so s2 equals new student, then s2 will have a separate object, okay? And now if I say s2 equals s1, so again what will happen is, this is very interesting, this object will be gone and s2 will be again pointing to this object, okay? So let's take an example in the code. So I have here one student class. It has name and ID, and there is a constructor. And if I go to test student class, you can see that I have student s1, I have initialized with the name as abc, and when I'm going to print, it should print abc. And then I have created another student object which is s2, and I am assigning s1 to s2, so now s2 and s1 are pointing to the same object. And when I'm saying s2 equals xyz, you can see that they will be printing same, because they are referring to the same object. And we are checking the object references, and x1 and x2 are pointing to the same object. So this is going to be true. So now let's run it. And you can see first one is printing ABC, and second time they are both printing the same name. So that's why we have to be very careful when we are creating objects and assigning one reference to another reference. Thank you.